Hi everyone, myself Rekha, Department of Mathematics, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Dr. S.Rekha, College of Arts and Science. So today I am going to discuss about the introduction of statistics for the course Fundamental of Business Statistics. So first we are going to discuss what is statistics. So statistics is normally collection of data. So normally statistics means we can say it is an interpretations of were developed, and it is the word statistics means both plural and we can say it is in the form of a singular sense also. It is developed by the collection of data. Next, collection, how we will collect the data. So normally in statistics we used to collect the data in the form of an primary data or else in the form of an secondary data. So some of the methods of primary data are: the primary data is collected by the following methods. So how will you collect the primary data? uh, we can collect the primary data in the form of an direct personal interviews or else an indirect oral interviews, or you can collect by informations from the correspondent, mail, questionnaire method, or schedule sent to the enumerators. So if you collect the data as primary directly from the customers or else from the students or your neighborhood, we can say it is a primary data. So during the corona time we used to collect the data, how many patients are affected, so on. So these contents are nothing but an primary data. And whereas the secondary data is nothing but secondary data means we used to collect the data and it is not published in the form of a source, or else we can either unpublished sources we used to say as a secondary data. So there are the two forms of collection of data, one is primary and another one is secondary data. And if you go to the class intervals, and the number of items can be classified in the form of a class frequency. The difference between the limits of the class intervals is called as a magnitude of a class. If you want to collect a larger system of data, we used to do the class intervals, and the frequency can be cumulated either from the top or bottom. What is mean by cumulative frequency? That is a preceding frequency, next frequency we will add, means we can say it is a cumulative frequency. And after collection of the data, we used to collect the data, and we will tabulate the data, and we will first of all classify the data and then tabulate the data. What is the process of classification? Arranging the data in the sequence and grouping the data. First of all, we have to arrange. After collecting either primary data or a secondary data, we used to collect the data and classify and arranging the data in a sequence and group according to their common characteristics, or separating them into a different related parts. And next one is tabulation. So after the classification, we used to tabulate the data in the form of rows and columns on the table. So this is the process of the classification and tabulation. And next after this is the form of data. After the collection of data, so what is the condition is that we used to interpret the data and we have to analyze the data. So these are the concepts behind the introduction of the data. So once again I am recapping the whole sentence. First, what is mean by statistics? Statistics means collection of data. And next one is method of collection of data. One is primary and next one is secondary. And after primary data is nothing but directly collecting the data. Secondary data is normally unpublished. After that we will use to classify and tabulate. So after the classification, we used to start the interpretation and analyze the method. So there are some of the two types of measures are there. One is measures of central tendency and another one is measures of dispersion. So using this method, we used to collect the data and we analyze and interpret the data. Finally, we will find the average for this problem, and this is the main concepts of the statistics. Okay, thank you.